So the Dragon Cup is finally here. Stay tuned if you want to get all the information on this update, all the rewards, little tips and tricks around that, and also my advice on decks to be using at the end of the video. Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Pokemon Duel. It's here, finally the Dragon Gym Cup has arrived. Dragon with the +1 MP, Fairy with the +20 attack power. So if you logged on earlier, about 4 hours ago, there was a client-side update which involved content update and bug fixes. Hopefully those bug fixes are when you claim a booster and it goes blank screen and you can't click anything. Hopefully they've gotten rid of that in this tournament. But let's get to the part which we're all excited for, the Dragon Cup. Dragon, obviously the +1 MP, that's going to be some big moves changes for a lot of Pokemon. That is not the deck I'll be using. And the two Fairy Pokemon that are going to kill are obviously Sylveon and Wigglytuff. But there are other Pokemon that I will probably have in my squad, like Xerneas and maybe Kelia and Gardevoir might make an appearance. So let's get to it. What does this event involve? It will be, as I've said, they will be the boosts. The event will last from the 14th to the 23rd. And there'll be extra time to redeem gym boosters after that. In the Dragon Gym Cup, Fairy types and Dragon types are limited into this event, so won't be in leagues. As always, that rack up a win streak of 11 to gain gym boosters that are more rewarding. So we'll go into that in a minute. If you're defeated in a duel, you can elect to continue. So if you want to keep your streak going, you can sacrifice 10 gems and continue. You will not be eligible for the 11 streak Invincible trophy though. Rack up victories to get higher rankings. Remember, your highest ranking is what counts. So if you get to 2000 event ranking and then you come down again, it doesn't matter. Your highest place will be what counts. So let's look at these dual win awards. They're crazy. I mean, some big changes really here. The main one is that there's only rewards for 100 wins. So every tournament I grinded and got the 200 wins. So I'm a little disappointed about that, but I know how many hours you have to put in and constantly reboosting energy to be able to make 200 wins within the allotted time. So some key figures is we got booster tickets quite regularly. 25 wins, we've got Dragonair if you didn't pick him up in the last tournament. Then we have at 30 wins the guaranteed trophy. Remember, trophies, every 3 trophies that you acquire, you can look at this in the menu section, you will receive a reward. So far these are rewards such as blue hair and just new things for your avatar. Then 35 wins, Dragonite. This guy is finally here. So let's check out this guy's stats first. When evolved, he will gain that one boost of 1 MP. So evolving from Dragonair to Dragonite is effective to get a 2 MP. And with that 1 MP boost, he will then become 3 MP. So pretty deadly. Extreme speed, I love yellow discs, and that's pretty strong at 50. Sightseeing, this Pokemon jumps over the battle opponent and lands 1 to 2 steps away. So this is like the fly movement of Rayquaza, a really deadly move that can get easy wins sometime. But only one star. But remember, when it evolves, it will have 2 stars, so it will become a little bit more powerful. Dragon Tail at 90, similar to Dragon Tail of Charizard. This is a frustrating thing to play against because even if you take this guy out and beat his 90, your opponent will be benched. Get benched if you beat this guy on his Dragon Tail 90. But 90, remember, with that extra 90 may be a difficult attack to beat. 90 may be too low an attack though, because we're going to have a lot of heavy hitters with the Fairy type pulling over 90, I think. And so, but it has that cover. Not as overpowered as I would like to have been, to be honest. But still a good Pokemon that might hold some strength within this tournament. And the exciting thing is you get 2 of these. So at 60, 70 wins, you get another one of these. And there's EX Cubes, and my favorite, the green EX Cubes. These guys are really hard to get hold of outside of the tournament. So make sure you aim to get 100 wins and rack them up. Now we've got ranking rewards, which isn't actually displayed currently, but we know that it's ranked. If you rank within the top 200,000, you will receive a trophy. So we'll hopefully get an update on when that will be. Just as a benchmark, I remember from the old tournament, it was place 1 to 1,200 to get a gold, silver, and bronze trophy. So those rewards will get you just the trophy, which remember counts towards gifts for your avatar. Now, here's the bit which I'm going to be grinding out for. Gym boosters. The best strategy if you don't have any EXs, I recommend, is win one, claim one. Win one, claim one. Because if you do that, you'll always face people who are starting at the bottom. You won't be facing people who are on a 2 streak or a 3 streak, 4 streak, or even like 11 streak at the top. And you'll get a lot of boosters within this tournament. Now, we don't know the odds because they don't actually tell you, but they're similar to the items available are similar to that within the Masters League. When you get a booster out of them. So I'm going to be doing some of my own research on claiming what the percentage is, see if it matches up with my previous video. So I might go for getting 100 and see what the percentage of EX drop is. If you guys are doing the same, please let me know what your kind of outcome. If you do that and you get to 100 wins and you claim one every time, how many EXs you get, because I'll collate that data so we have an idea of what that will be for future tournaments. So some really good figures in there. We've got so this is a great ability to get some of the figures unavailable within the paid boosters, and I'm going to be going for some of them. If you are strong enough to get to 11 wins, you will get rare or higher figures guaranteed for one, and you'll get 3 guaranteed uncommon or higher figures. You'll get a rare metal guaranteed rare higher and a guaranteed rare or EX cube. Now the drop rate of the EX cubes is very low, but so you might get one within, if you do that like 6 times, I believe. So that's when I got one. So grind away for that if you can, and definitely go for those consecutive wins. With the fairy deck, this could be crazy. So how am I going to set up for this, and how do I recommend setting up for this? Well, obviously fairy and dragon types are going to be important, but there may be some good additions that aren't those, just strong enough to take out some of these Pokemon. So let's edit figures. If we look at Dragon, I have a pretty good strong Dragon deck. Vibrava evolving into Flygon could be a really good addition with 3 MP. Remember, if somebody Pokemon can't pass Vibrava and they have to stop and they cannot initiate an attack. So that's a really cool tactical Pokemon. And when it evolves into Flygon, it'll be quite deadly, 3 MP, nullifying any flyaway moves. So I do wonder if that will nullify Dragonite's ability, which if it does, will be very good. We have Dracometer, which will have 2 stars if you evolve from a Vibrava. One other Pokemon that spins, and if they miss or hit a white attack of 70 damage or more, which is a lot of Pokemon, they are knocked out, and Dragonclaw is 60-60 with that flyaway as well. So Flygon could be a really good addition in this tournament, having that big MP boost. Rayquaza to 2 MP. Wow, this guy could be really good. Again, he has a similar move, just like Dragonite. He has Fly, and this Pokemon jumps over the battle opponent and lands 1 to 2 steps away. This guy could make real big strides very quickly. Extreme speed 120, yellow disc massive, and break energy, which takes away energy's plate based effects. So that he's going to be a killer. Zygarde is a potential. I might use this guy now. He's got that extra MP. Land's Wrath 70 can force all Pokemon. With Land's Energy, I could be forcing people to respin and not having to. I could be forcing a whole deck to spin and keep mine safe. If people are using a lot of people with purple moves, he could be really deadly. Dragon Breath 100, Extreme Speed 50. I'm tempted to put him in my squad. Other than that, Latios and Latias won't get a boost. Garchomp I don't think is strong enough a figure. Giratina could be a new addition with the ability to pass through, instead of using an MP Pokemon, through adjacent Pokemon to a position, and will have 2 MP. And has strong move of 110, but that 50 slash times 2 I don't think is strong enough to compete against some of the Pokemon we're going to see. So let's skip past the Dragon. Honestly, it's all going to be about Fairy, I believe. These guys are going to be crazy. We have Xerneas. I might put him in ×2. We're going to get that plus 10 damage if I hit Fairy Mist, one of them, and they stay on the field. Gardevoir is going to be an absolute beast, just like in the Psychic Tournament. He has that. I would recommend evolving Gardevoir from Kirlia because it gets that extra 1-star to Warp Hole and that extra 10 damage to Moonblast and Super Sai, taking them to 170. That would be crazy. This guy was really powerful in that tournament and prevents any Shuppets from passing or Ghastlies. But, I mean, I honestly don't see how I can't use this squad. Sylveon, Wigglytuff, and Wigglytuff. These guys are going to be insane. Wigglytuff with the ability to send them to sleep, and Pound at 50, which will turn to 70. But here's the killer move. Round. Damage is multiplied by the number of Pokemon on the field that also have Round. That is 40. It will not have a plus 20 after you've done your move, just like in the Ice Tournament where Weavile had that time with Fury Swipes and it went from, I believe, 20 to 40. We've got this guy going to be pulling some big attacks, and Sylveon even bigger because his round move is 30 times, or her, definitely a her, right? And, you know, Moonblast bit at 70, 20 with a nice dodge. I like dodge opponents because they just protect you sometimes from and help you to hold positions. But round 30, if you have all 6 on the field, that's 50 times 6, 300 damage. The only person who's going to be able to compete with that is another Round or a Charizard, right? This is going to be crazy, and your opponent's Dark type Pokemon will do minus 20 damage. So people like Greninja and Yveltal will be at a disadvantage because of this Pokemon. Wow. For me, there is no other deck that I'm going to be going into first other than this. It has to be. I have to test this out. It's all about getting out quick. So I might actually throw in some 3MP Pokemon just to create a defense whilst 4, because you don't really need 300 attack unless you're facing a deck exactly the same. I recommend getting those chain level points with rare cubes into these guys. I'm going to be sacrificing my Wigglytuff there to put that Wigglytuff in. To put into another Wigglytuff, and if you do go for those 11 consecutive wins, it's a great way of getting rare cubes so that you can make them just that little bit stronger and have that extra advantage over other people using similar squad. And I think a lot of people might have this squad, being that we've had these fairy types there's not a lot available in the booster other than fairy types, and in the booster we have, and also we've had the orange boosters which have been added to increase fairy types, and so there may have been a lot more drops of these. So that's it basically. I'm excited to just get into it. Hope you guys are too. Good luck in it. Hope you guys can put up a good squad. I will obviously be putting a lot of videos out as this tournament goes on. I'll be playing with this tournament, this deck, and seeing how it goes. If I find better combinations, I'll let you guys know what my changes are, and hopefully you can have some advantage from it. Okay, that's all from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button and make sure to hit subscribe for future content. That's all from me. See you soon.